I'm Gene Smith. This is History in 5, and I'm going to tell you 5 things you need to know about General Grant. Grant changed the way we look at war. His campaign in Virginia in 1864 and 65 was a classic of modern warfare. Grant was not interested in occupying enemy territory or capturing Richmond. He was determined to destroy the Confederate Army. He lost 5 men for every 3 that General Lee lost. Grant could replace his casualties, Lee could not, and in April of 1865, Lee simply could not continue the fight. Grant was magnanimous in victory. 3 times during the war, he took the surrender of a Confederate army at Fort Donelson, Vicksburg, and at Appomattox. When Lincoln was assassinated, the United States Attorney in Norfolk indicted General Lee and General Longstreet and General Johnston for treason. General Lee wrote to Grant and asked him about that. Grant immediately went to see President Johnson and said you could not try Lee, that he had been pardoned. And indeed, it was Grant's word alone that really stood between Lee and the gallows. Grant was a great president. He restored stability to the country after 8 years of war and upheaval. He ended the difficulties that had drug on with Great Britain since the War of 1812, with the Treaty of Washington of 1872. He made peace with the Indians on the Great Plains and provided ultimately for their integration into American society. He ended the greenback inflation. Passage of the Resumption Act, Grant believed, was his greatest achievement. Frederick Douglass, the great black leader, called Grant the last of the radicals. Grant believed in Reconstruction. He believed in equality for African Americans. And by the 1880s and 1890s, that was no longer fashionable. We were living in a world of segregation. For 3 generations, Grant's reputation was trashed by racist historians, if you want, lost cause historians, mostly from the South, who attacked Grant on that basis. Grant was one of the greatest writers in the English language. His military orders were a model of clarity, but most importantly, his memoirs, which he wrote in the last year of his life as he was dying of cancer. Critics as diverse as Edmund Wilson and Gertrude Stein considered Grant's memoirs one of the finest books in the English language. The fact that this man was dying of cancer and wrote this monumental 2-volume book really gives you an insight into the reasons for his military success in many respects.